Anywho, Thok around the clock. And you have to step forward again. As you prepare yourself for battle, so too does Ravana. Within Thok as Thok, he builds his strength, feeding upon the prayers of his innumerable children, and apparently there are quite a lot. But those same children will not suffer you to live should you surrender yourself to them a second time. Nay, you must devise a new way of approaching the Lord of the Hive's domain. Consult with the storyteller. Ah, right, yes, the Elder of the Vath, and he will aid in this endeavor. You assume. What have you got this time? Take this bauble. 'Tis known among the Nath, or the Neath, I can't remember again, as the Burning Eye of Ravana. When the time comes, you'll know what to do, but show it to him. And then smash it on a crystal, no doubt. Ah, you're leaning on the desk. Okay, we need to go to Annex, yes. We're gonna talk around the clock tonight now. Talk around the clock tonight. Come, my wyvern! For we have things to do. I don't know why I had to exit through the gate, but I did. It's been a while since I've been back here. I'm actually really excited that the Nath, whatever, or Vath, or whoever it is, will be getting the next Beast Tribe quests, because it seems like there's going to be dragons involved, which means maybe more Annex Shrine. And that's very exciting, because as you can see, no quests here, and I want more quests there. Although there's a lot here that I've not touched at all. Ah, our hunter friend, welcome. You come hunting gods once more? The non-mind is glad of your thirst for divine blood. Ever more rapacious does the one mind grow as they seek offerings to glut our deity's insatiable appetite. I cannot remember what kind of voice they have. I think you hear them talk once. Another plan to our god's domain? Another path? Yes, there's but one way. You must seek out the Gaian Hive on the far side of the colony and attune your spirit to the etherite ensconced within. But the deed is not possible. We hear that the crystal is warded by ancient ritual magics. The One Mind have woven the seal such that only the most worthy of warriors shall be granted leave to enter Thok as Thok, and they do not share with the non-mind what they consider worthy. I wonder what it could be. I have to smash one of his eyes on it. It's an odd way of proving my worth, but, you know, it's a way, I suppose. Oh, hello there, Lord of the Wyverns. Who has a really cool model. But you're still not as cool as YY. Which is all I can think to name my Wyvern friend. You know what, it's really nice to just sometimes listen to just the sounds. Just like the flying and the slight music in the background and the winds. Excuse me, just coming through. Guess what? Ah, it's that one. Yeah, there's a quest there that I really need to get to. Alright, we're gonna have the same nothing interesting happened thing. After a pause, you smash the gemstone against the etherite. Nothing much happens, and out of habit, you attune with the etherite, and once more, nothing much happens. Thok as Thok Extreme now accessible. Okay, so, you know how it works. I'm not going to be doing the G finder because they might want a party finder, blah, 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 blah. I'll see you as soon as we're ending. Look forward to it, because I'm not. Doodles!
Thus does the sacred rite of combat proclaim the victor. I lay my blades at thy feet, child of man.
Alright, awesome. We have managed to finally beat him with some help from the freight company, but still, beat him nonetheless. Let's go and hand that in. Yeah, and I've got one whole hive totem now. So useful. Totally gonna be helping, using lots of, because I don't care about the weapons for either of these axes at all. Anywho, let's go hand this in. We can be finally done and ready for 3.2 or Sephiroth. Sephiroth. Ba 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 ba. You was joke. And not to like date when this is, but I'm like really cutting it close timing wise. Oh look, 2 people, I think, or is it 1? I don't know. Okay, let us talk to Mr. Vath Storyteller. Get rid of you.
Ah, once more you have slain our raving god, not ravening. Your tribe must think you a great hunter indeed.
I've already forgotten what voice I gave him last time. Oh well.
Even the One Mind must begin to appreciate the folly of their wasteful summonings. But tell us, Great Hunter, how were you able to pass the seal? Did it simply melt away at the approach of your indomitable presence?
Yes.
A gemstone of fire and earth? There's something, a memory we have from the One Mind, before we were cast out. A memory of the burning eye of Ravana. The One Mind has recollections of legends 100 generations old. We remember the tale of our god as he once was, an all-devouring beast whose eye was torn from him by an invading tribe. The Nath, or Nath, have sought to recover this lost relic for centuries, that it may be rejoined with Ravana reborn. So potentially that, even though it was a gemstone, it potentially could have been an artifact of like the original Ravana? Huh. But even where found, it is said that only the most worthy of warriors can bear its searing touch. I now understand why the seal granted you passage. But tell us, Great Hunter, how came you by the eye? Some strange person who I don't know gave it me. A youngling named Uno? Your deed has returned many memories to the surface of our mind, but that name is not among them. To gift you with such a prize, ye too must have thought you worthy. We thank you, Great Hunter. Too soon do our memories from the One Mind fade, but you have given us a new story to tell.
Okay, back to Thingamabobber. I will talk to Unu. And then we can stop Thok around the clock.
Ding.
Do do do. Do do. Pa 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 pa. Long loading time for Mordona. Only place that does this. Ba 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 da da. Ba 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 ba. Okay. Why do I always do a full circle? Useless. Okay, in we go. Ba 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 da ba ba da ba ba da ba ba dum bum. Do 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 do. Ba da ba dee da ba dee bop. Do do ba dee ba ba da ba dee do 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 do. Ba 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 ba. Come on, let's do this thing. Let's talk to the person who's apparently not our enemy right now. Whatever the heck that means. You, stop leaning on there and stand up. Ooh, we get a somewhat cutscene.
And thus the Lord of the Hive's essence returns unto the land.
And thus has the essence of Ravana joined that of the Lord of the Mists in its return unto the land. You just repeat yourself there, but whatever.
You have my gratitude, warrior of light. Without your valiant efforts, these primal terrors would have invited devastation on a cataclysmic scale. For, unlike others of their ilk, Bismarck and Ravana both harbour the desire and the power to reach Azizla. It is with dreadful certainty that I sense their intent to feed on the strength of the warring triad, and thereby amplify their own power by an order of magnitude. By what wisdom do I claim such certainty? I am gifted with, how shall I put it, an intimate knowledge of the primal mind. You are curious, I am sure, but you need not understand the nature of a power to use it, do you? It is much the same with the Echo, I imagine. The realm of Eorzea, ever has it been a land embraced by gods, for weal or for woe, I should wonder. For the time being, I shall remain here in the Rising Stones, and assist Urianger with his research into the icons. If you should require aught further of me, simply ask. Ba 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 done. The war still wageth on. And we'll talk to you for a little bit extra. A pleasure as always, Alex. What would you ask of me? Tell me about yourself. I am Unu, and I serve a friend. Lest you wonder why one so young was chosen for this task, it is because I have, how shall I put this, an intimate knowledge of the primal mind. Echo, same thing you said before. Ifrit, Titan, Garuda, Leviathan, Ramun, Shiva, born of the land and returned to it. 6 primals, one for every elemental aspect. So where does that leave Ravana and Bismarck? Earth and fire, water and wind. Your latest foes are aspected to not one element but 2. A rather simple but noteworthy distinction, for it allows them to feed upon ether that much more efficiently. But like their predecessors, there is but one recourse. They must be felled, and you are the one to whom we must turn to see it done. However, unlike before, I do not think this the work of the Asians. Odd that you mention them. It has ever been said that Eorzea is a land embraced by gods, for we are same as you said before. Tell me about the icons. Ah yes, the beings the Allegans dubbed icons. How much we have yet to learn. Precisely how they stand apart from primals we have yet to determine. If they were summoned in a similar manner,
then who was responsible, and how have they managed to endure for millennia? We have gained some understanding of the Dark Divinity's true nature, yet he is but one of many, and far from the most powerful. Well, we've got Bahamut, for example, who's more powerful than him, I'd say. The Warring Triad, whom the Allagans prisoned within the centrifugal crystal engine and of their research facility, concerns me most of all. Their infinite power is beyond comprehension. Were they released into this world, unimaginable destruction would ensue. Simply put, they cannot be allowed to happen. That cannot, sorry. The very fate of this star hangs in the balance. And that is everything. You go and lean back against that desk. There you go. For goodness sake. And I'm gonna sit here. So thanks for watching, everyone. I'll be seeing you probably in a day or so for the 3.2 and the Sephiroth and all of the many things. So anywho, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.